Hello, I'm Mark Potter, and I am the host of Stories We Could Tell the Mavericks FANcast, a podcast related to anything and everything related to the Mavericks, the Nashville-based band led by singer-songwriter Raul Malo. You can hear episodes of the podcast at mavericksfancast.podbean.com, and this is the first in a series I'm calling From My Collection. Well, I'll take a look at something from my memorabilia collection and relate its history or how I'm connected to it. And since this is the first episode, I thought I would start by looking at the oldest piece in my Mavericks-related collection, which is this 45 from 1984 by a band called the Tomboys. Now, Raul Malo is right here in the center in all of his mid-80s Miami Vice glory. The Tomboys were his technically only band that he was in before the Mavericks. The band formed in 1979 under the name Devastation. And the core of the group were the three members pictured here on the sleeve: Tommy Anthony, Raul Malo, and Joe Alonzo. They would stay together more or less till '89, with other members coming in and out of the band. Over time, they changed the name from Devastation to the Boys, to the Tomboys, and later on to the Basics. Now, this 45 for a song called Step by Step, with the B-side of This Is the Time. Here's the picture sleeve, was released in 1984. This is their second 45. 2 years prior, they released a 45 for a song called I Don't Know, which I've yet to find a copy of. I've seen a picture of it, but have so far haven't found a copy of the 45 itself. But so this is the second one. The 45 is right here. That's the A side, Step by Step, and the B side, This Is the Time. Now, every once in a while I see copies of this come up for sale. Usually it's around $75 or so for a copy. And it's okay. I mean, the Tomboys were power pop. Think Cars, early 80s Cheap Trick with a, Beach Boys, Beatles influence. It's not bad. I mean, there is that 80s production on it. So, you might be able to take that or leave it. Now, the Tomboys, as I said later on, morphed into a band called the Basics. And that band had a song called Paper Heart that appeared on this compilation released on Epic Records in 1987 called The Unsigned Volume 2. This is a compilation featuring various unsigned acts, and with the idea that this was a way to promote the band, gain publicity for them, through college radio, through magazines, to try and further their careers. Raul Malo's band, The Basics, appear here on the back. Ooh, watch out for the glare. They're right here. Still in all their 80s glory. And at a meet and greet in Dallas a few years ago, I had this record with me, and Raul Malo proclaimed the record crap, just total crap, and I tend to agree, as I've only ever been able to listen to the record once all the way through. And he signed the inner sleeve, "Only you would buy this crap," because why not? I mean, I love the Mavericks, but I also like finding out where they started from, where they came from. And, not only do I have a signed copy, I also have a sealed copy of this audio classic with the original hype sticker. And you too could have one for about the price of a cup of coffee. I mean, it's amazing that you could still get this for around $5. I mean, I'm surprised people aren't, clamoring for it more, driven the price up. I mean, for crap like this, I mean, how much? The only reason I really have this is because Raul Malo is on it, and it's, I love hearing where artists start. The beginning. It's if you haven't heard the Basics or the Tomboys, it's utterly nothing like the Mavericks. Completely different power pop, as I mentioned. But as I'm still looking for a copy of the first Tomboys 45. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find it. Maybe never. It's always the search, the journey. Maybe I'll find one. Maybe I'll never will. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little peek at my earliest piece of memorabilia related to Raul Malo and the Mavericks. As I said, my name is Mark Potter, and I host a podcast called Stories We Could Tell the Mavericks FANcast, which you can find at mavericksfancast.podbean.com, and you can also write me at mavericksfancast@gmail.com. And a new episode coming out February 1st. I take a look at the 30th anniversary of the Mavericks' 1994 album What a Crying Shame with two special guests. That'll be out on February 1st, the date of the anniversary, along with a second release in this series from my collection related to What a Crying Shame. I hope you enjoyed this, and as always, onward and sideways.